I think, I'm 64, going to be 64 in about a week. Sugar's, of this time slot, just finished her career playing. Relationships, I'm looking for any type of relationship business that we can get first and foremost. She knows the players here on the team. She was here last year. She knows someone from before. So I think that's one of them. And also for a former player, I've always hired former players to give them opportunities. This seemed to be a natural fit. She wants to learn. She wants to understand. And yeah, she's a good person, and she has a good story to tell from where she came from. So it makes her grounded. And those are good people, and you want to make sure that you give them opportunities. Sugar and my heart too, but especially in Dan's heart, Dan Pedover, our general manager, we have a very soft spot for Sugar. We both worked with her for a long time, and just her beginnings and where she's come from right now and how much time she's put in, how she changed her game from college to the pros, stuck around for, as long as she could. Yeah, so I think that's we really want to give her an opportunity. And right now she's going about her business, sucking up everything and talking to players. And yeah, it's going to be a good thing for both sides. Well, first and foremost, you have to be a decent person, and she is. There's no question about that. She's also quietly, and then get much credit, a student of the game. She made herself do things over the course of time that kept her valuable to teams and kept her in the league. Like her defense, she would go dig out loose balls, or she was very good at coming back and digging on post players, and she understood her assignments. And she also got frustrated when other players didn't do her assignments because it affected her and her shot. Different story, different day. But however, she knows that the exactingness of the business, because she had to be an exacting player in order to be successful in this league. And that's who I am. I want consistency. I want attention to detail. I want, the players to be exacting how they go about their business and do their assignments. And I think Sugar in her, I grind on people to a point and sometimes embarrass them. And they yell and scream and holler at me and call me names. Sugar's a more soft side. And we have Tanisha, who's a lot like me. We have Vanessa and Sugar, who are their own little world. So we got a mix of everybody around, and Sugar's on the mix of, hey, Sugar, go fix that problem that I just created. Serious growing pains. Our 27 turnovers is an example of growing pains, not knowing each other, not knowing how to pass the ball to certain players, just trying to do too much. So yeah, growing pains was really painful there. If we hold it down to, 18 turnovers is a lot when we win by 10 or 15. So they have to learn the value of 2 points. That's why I preached last night. The value of 2 points is everything. We have a very talented offensive basketball team that can be very efficient. Shot over 50% last night in professional sports. That's unheard of. So I think we can score with the best of them, if not the best. But now we're going to have to do some more defensive changes. So we turn it over 27 times. We bring the other team into play, and that's what's been happening to us in the first 2 games. But my preseason record is probably the worst in history of all time by far, as I don't care. But at the same time, when Friday or Saturday comes around, the green light comes on, we need to be a little better than we were last night. No, I think it's just a great day to celebrate. When you're younger, it means a lot. When you're older, then I'm not a mother, I'm the father, but I'm on the receiving end of, all the others. So it's a great day. And no, really I never remember any playing on Mother's Day or anything the above like that. So, well, my mom didn't really have anything about me being a player or a coach because I did it myself. I think the big thing about my mom, and I always give her credit for all the years, is my dad was working. He was a big businessman. He was always on the road and always, busy with all kinds of stuff. She's the one that took me to all the games. I had to go to when I was growing up, and I couldn't drive. I had to go play here every day or every other day. And she's the one that baseball. I was in baseball too. I was in football back then. So she's the one that always did all the driving and go to the games because my dad was always on the road and everything like that. So that's my best recollection of my mom. Not recollection, but I'm more proud of my mom helping me in my career today, both as a player and being in professional sports. She's the one that really got me an opportunity to be in it. I do know what they are right now is arguably in the top 3, no more than 4, but probably top 3 of units and teams that are like each other, believe in each other, look out for each other. And yeah, they're very close as a whole. And that's wonderful a coach to have. It creates internal peer pressure amongst themselves, which takes half the coach's problems away. So I do know that they are that led by Aisha Wilson because she didn't care about herself, and that just rubs off on everybody else. So yeah, I do know they're very close. I do know that they're wonderful to be around. But what happens when I'm not around? I leave. I don't care. No, Asia's grown up. Last time we were out of the bubble and we had the thing. Well, I believe that Tamara Young was probably one of the big ones out there, with her shoes. And then that's when the clothing really came around and coming to work. But make no mistake, we have the best social media person in the league by far, and Chris. He's wonderful. And yeah, he makes a lot of this happen for everybody and all the players, and the organization is very appreciative.
I'm just excited for the opportunity. I'm truly blessed that Bill and everyone wanted me on the staff. I'm just here to learn and just give my knowledge back to the game and to these young women. I can say like my coach who coached for the Blazers, which was my cousin. She really inspired me to want to get into coaching. Also like Teresa Weatherspoon, and just working with her, having a close relationship with her and just working out. And just always just being in the gym. So I was like, oh yeah, one day I'm going to be a coach. One day I'm going to come back and, help out. Or a players coach for sure. Yeah. When I was in college, I knew I wanted to write a book my senior year, but I had already had the material because I went to therapy, and that was one of the things, like write all the stories down because I really didn't like to talk. So once I was able to write the stories and see them, I was like, oh man, like I can write a book. I was hoping that, one day I can inspire someone in a situation like mine. And the feedback has been incredible. And the story is just, it's just my story, but to hear the feedback, it's like, wow. I wanted to do it maybe like 2 years ago, 3. I wanted to do it myself, but it just takes too much work. So I was able to find a publishing company like Akashic Books, somebody that I trust with my work to get it out there. So yeah, I mean, it's just a whole process in itself.
If people want to get the book or the audio book, is there a particular place you are sending them, or you just
Barnes and Nobles? You can order on Amazon, Akashic Books, and if I got some on hand, because I'm gonna keep some in my trunk, you can get them off me as well.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on your new position and the book.
Thank you.
What so far has been the biggest challenge for you in transitioning to be a coach, and what do you think will be the biggest challenge throughout the season?
I think it really hasn't been a biggest it hasn't been a challenge yet. It's just like a mindset. Like I just feel like a player on the sideline who probably ain't gonna get in the game. Just from my perspective, but overall the girls have embraced me. They're excited that I'm back, working out, because I was a quote unquote like players coach when I was there, like teaching, because I was a veteran player. So just teaching them, the ins and outs of the system. But I mean, it's been pretty cool. Cutting film is going to be a little challenge for me. I'm about to graduate from Georgetown in sports industry management, and I decided to take my test. And then Jiggy said, well, you got to interview. So I just put it down for a little while, to take this call. But I'm looking forward to graduating, coming from where I come from.